Evening, Gasheads. Welcome back to another show. Welcome back to another live. Hope everyone is doing well. Of course, it is deadline. If there is any news that I'm sure people will say in the comments. But yeah, welcome back. If you're watching on the live or whether you're watching it back, don't forget to hit the like button. If we can get 50 likes, as always, that would be class. We are live every Thursday. We're also going to be live on Sunday as well because of the Tuesday night game against Fleetwood next week. So yeah, always have your notifications on. Get your comments in the live chat. We'll get through all of them. Any questions, do get your thoughts. We're going to be going over everything from the new signing of Elkan to the Collins, to going Bolton. You know, talking about the Oxford game, we're going to go over, of course, the Exeter game from last week as we preview that as well, because we didn't do a stream last week due to the laptop having a few issues. But yeah, smash the like button. As always, do follow the socials. They're going down at the bottom of the screen. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And also, if you haven't already joined the code for Fan Hub, the code is at the bottom of the screen as well. So join that. You can get free merch, free beer. They're going to be linking up with Rovers soon as well and doing like more giveaways for fans as well. But yeah, hope you're all well. Like I said, get your comments in chat. As always, we're joined by Neil. How are you doing?
What's happening, mate? Yeah, I'm all right. You good?
Yeah, not too bad. Yes, it's nice to be talking about a win as well. Of course, it has been, poor in the last few games. Not, obviously the Exeter game was shocking. Like probably the worst game of the season. We'll get into that in a bit, and then the Blackpool. But the other two losses weren't terrible. But as we've talked about a lot of the season, just finishing and defending, etc., just hasn't been our strong point. Especially when we've been on top of games, but. Yeah, I mean, first of all, we'll get into the signings. Of course, we knew come, Saturday morning or afternoon before the game it come out that Collins will not be playing in his last game at the Mem against Oxford. It was heavily linked with Wrexham, but then also Bolton were in there, and now he's gone. Rumoured to be around 750,000. I think there's going to be add-ons as well if they get promoted, etc. Yeah, what do you make of that? What do you make of the signing? Him leaving and his time at Rovers.
Signing wise, I think Bolton have got a steal, to be honest, an absolute steal. I don't know what the figure is. It's going to be undisclosed, isn't it? But I'm assuming with add-ons, it will probably take it over £1 million. But for me, if you're Bolton and you assess where you are and what you're getting, you're going to get a lad who's in his physical prime, considering his age. He's always available, never injured. He's League One Player of the Year, last season. He'll twist up defenders. He'll draw people to you. He'll run away from players. He'll attract players to him to free up others. He'll create a chance near enough every time he gets in the five. They've got a gun of a signing, and I think that will see them as champions, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I think, and if you're putting into comparison of a transfer fee paid and what you're getting, I mean, what's he got? A 3-year deal? Got to be 3 to 4 year deal, isn't he there? And
3-year deal, I think.
We signed Lofty for 50 grand, and people can say what they want about Lofty, but that 50 grand saw us up. He contributed, he scored goals, he scored a goal or two or whatever, but he contributed to us getting as many goals as we needed to accumulate as many points as we needed to get up. So that's 50 grand well spent. And I think whatever they've paid for Collins, they will see them go to Championship, get that money back in a promotion season, and whatever Aaron does in the Championship, it'll be what he does. But he's plenty good. I would have thought his preferred. I don't know, but I'm assuming his preferred would have been Wrexham, considering the profile you'll get, everything, the money you can make off of going to Wrexham, or you're going to be incredibly well known off the back of it, and other businesses can come off the back of you signing for Wrexham. Bolton ain't a bad move at all, though, is it? I mean, he's going to maximise his earnings. He's going to go to a club. He's going to get a promotion bonus and all the rest of it that goes with it. Good luck to him. 100% the right time for him to go. And I think he'll kick on. I think you'll see a better version of Aaron Collins than what you've seen of late from us. But I think he'll go again, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely agree. I said it earlier on. I think it was, to be honest with you, a lot of people, including myself, have sort of questioned him at times this season. But I think I said it. I think it was the Ipswich game when I went to the Ipswich game. I thought even in the summer, I reckon he wanted to leave. I reckon that's why we haven't seen the Aaron Collins that we know this season. Yes, he still contributed with, a few goals and assist wise, but we haven't seen. I think, and this is only, of course, my opinion, but I think his head was turned in the summer. Whether a club didn't come in for him or whatever happened, I think that's why he wasn't as good. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think the same as well, or do you just think he was having a poor run of form because he hasn't looked the same, Collins? Because I think what is it? He's gone 16 games without a goal. I think he's got 7 goals in the last year. What do you make of that? Because we've discussed it for weeks on weeks on weeks. Yes, he's still contributed, but he hasn't look nowhere near the player that we've seen in the last few years before that. What do you make of that?
I think you have to look at what he gives you, and what he gives you is chances, constant chances, and you can't overlook that as a footballer or in any team. If someone's giving you chances, it's just you've got to find that other piece of the jigsaw to go and do the rest of it, sort of thing. And we've not struggled to create chances with Aaron Collins in our side. That's just fact. And Bolton would have earmarked that and gone, that guy will create chances for us to score even more goals than what we're doing with the attacking force we've got. But you're probably right. He probably did have interest in the summer. And if someone's going to go and if you've got one eye on, making career changing money, it's going to play on your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, what I'd also say, if you look at the way Joey played Aaron in the League 2 season and the League 1 Player of the Year season, when he's playing straight up, bang through the middle, off of Josh, and when they utilised him to go and make the box constantly in League 2, just go and make the box, constantly go and make the box, he's frightening. He was frightening.
Yeah.
We haven't utilised him that way. He's been asked to do a different job, and it probably isn't his preferred job. But if you can utilise Aaron Collins as going straight down the middle, offer someone that will take the load off his shoulders a little bit, like Josh did, you'll see the best of him. And that's what I think. That's exactly how Bolton are playing.
Yeah, completely agree. I think it'd be, because they've got a load of options. The former Rovers loanee has been linked with a move away from them, Adebayo. But I think, because Charles isn't a big player by any chance. What is he? 5'8", 5'9"? But I think
if he plays like Adebayo, though.
Yeah. I think they'll still work. It's definitely a massive improvement. Although Adebayo's done really well for them since the move from Burton. I think when you're getting Collins and Charles, it's going to be pretty scary. And I already said at the start of the season that they'll win the league. I think with that addition now and the players that they've signed, I think they signed Caleb Taylor from West Brom, who's been on loan at Cheltenham. They signed that Calvin Ramsey from Liverpool. I think they've strengthened well, and I think Collins is going to do really well. He's done superbly considering we got him on a free. He'd never got over 10 goals before we signed him, and he's left with 39 goals in 2.5 years. Even with the spell of form that he didn't score, like you said, there's very few players, especially forwards or strikers, centre forwards in this league or any league that get goals and create as well as
Aaron was never brought to the football club as a goal scorer, as a prime goal scorer. I mean, the 16 goals he got was an addition to what we thought he was going to get. He was never brought. He just goals just happened to come. Regular goals just happened to come with performances, and it was a plus, to be honest. And he will be. He'll go on to be a goal scorer again. But when we brought him to the club, I think a bit like when we brought Matty Taylor in, to be honest. Loads of work in the pocket, can twist up players, get in little holes, slide through balls, create chances. Goals just happened to come with it, and it was the same with Matty Taylor. I think he had his best goal scoring sort of performances for Bristol Rovers than he did anywhere else. Like when we brought him from Forest Green, he was never that sort of player, but goals just happened to come along with his game, and that's the same that happened with Azza.
Yeah, that's the thing, and he was, it was good, signing. Of course, he was at Forest Green. We signed him, and the rest is history. Obviously, you got that tattoo. I think for me, the best memory would probably, first of all, remember me and you, were stood together in that Oxford game, innit? And that goal, his first goal that went in, was unbelievable. And that sort of kick-started it, because before that, he was on although he's a very good player, he's a very streaky player. And that was when the streak started in that League Two season. What else? And of course, the main, the 2 goals against Scunny as well, the Rochdale game. What other memories stood out for you with Collins during his time at Rovers?
Yeah, I don't think there's one like specific goal that stands out for me. I just liked his movements, the way he took up positions and always got on the half turn. I mean, the one that sticks out for me is where he just like sort of owned that area of the field, was away at Crawley on a Tuesday night, where he got it on the far hand side, cut inside, twisted up he like fronted up his centre half, twisted him up and fired it into the bottom corner. That was Aaron Collins down to a T. That is what he was. And that's what he's made to do. And I just thought that summed him up. That sort of goal sums him up.
Yeah. 100%.
Again with the Burton away, front up,
yeah.
Half, twist him up, bang.
Yeah. Because he done it twice, didn't he? He done it twice. That he done it exactly the same thing to that. I think it was Oshalaja. He done it twice. And also, I think it was the game. I think it was Cambridge at home, and I think he done it against Exeter, where he just run like pretty much half of the pitch. That's the thing with him; he could just create anything out of nothing as well. And like you said, wasn't just the goals; it was his creative side, his movement, like very maverick sort of player. But yeah, a lot of people, putting their comments in as well. Shout out to Ben, Deadlift Plus, everyone tuning in. Keep hitting the like button if you haven't already. Harry as well, Gordo. Yeah, Gordo's saying very disappointing. Yeah, what do you make of it? Of course, there's still going to be some things that I've heard. I said to you before, I've heard that we're after an attacking player on loan by the looks of it. I really wanted Sam Smith, but I think Rovers didn't want to pay all the fee up front. They wanted to do installments. That's what I've heard anyway. What do you make of the whole window? Obviously, we'll talk about Conte more in a minute, but we brought in Conte. Now we've brought in Bagger. We'll get to that in a second as well. Obviously, Belshaw's left the club. Trevor Clark, Woods, Bogard went back. Obviously, Collins. What do you make of the whole window so far?
I think the best way to describe it for me, and being diplomatic about it, is strategic. We've got the Azza money. The Jono money is still sat there. But there's no point doing your money in January, being gung-ho to try and... You're looking at trying to chase down 13 points. There's no point. There is no point. Whatever you do in this window has to be a starting block for what you're looking to do in the summer. It can't just be for what you do this season. And that includes any loan deals we do. For me, if Taylor's going to look towards the summer and what he wants to do with his side, putting his stamp on this side from pre-season onwards, if he's bringing in loan players, it has to be with an option of either a season long next season as well, or bidding for them, or having them out of contract and bringing them into the football club in the summer as well. There needs to be a strategic view to what he's doing next season. I've said it before, like, I know it's only January and you want to get excited about a season, but you can't. It's done. Like, you have to look at the remainder of the season as an extended view of next season. So he needs to try and put the building blocks in place for what he wants summer. So Azza's gone, money's in the kitty. Jono money that was there before, still in the kitty, you'd like to think.
Yeah, hopefully.
Wages are going out the window. You won't see Gibbo again. You know, there's more exits on the cards, etc. But what he has to do, and what I think he's doing, is earmarking players that he can see long term, i.e., going into next season as well. So what I don't want to see is us bringing in players just to muddle through till the summer and then watch them leave again.
Yeah.
Or bringing in or spending money on a player to get us to get to 9th. No point.
Yeah.
Get your business, get all your shortlist done for the summer. Earmark what you want to bring into the football club from other clubs, i.e., Championship, Premier League players that are come through their academy, turn pro. I don't look like they're going to get offered another deal if you're speaking to their agent, and say, right, let's bring them in till the summer and let's see if they're worthy of us progressing with them in the summer. Everything has to have a view to the summer. You can't just look at this window and go, right, let's just make a right punt for getting sick, because it won't happen. You'll do all your money.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's what I said earlier on, actually, during the watch. Go and watch the Baggett video I done earlier. But that's what I said. I said that right at the end. You'd like to think, even if Ipswich, a lot of their fans have spoke really well of him. A few of them left comments on Twitter earlier on saying that he's a very good player. But I don't. Even if they don't get in the Premier League, I think that could be one option next season. Like you said, that's what you got to look at. Even with loans, a 21-year-old that's played if you include his international games, I think just under 70 games, and you'd like to think even if Ipswich don't go up, that we could maybe get him on a permanent or a loan. What do you actually make of that signing as well? Have you heard much about him, or what do you make of that? Because I've seen he had a few years ago he had a loan spell at Kings Lynn. That was his first ever loan, basically playing games. And then last season he done well at Gillingham in League Two, playing 29 games, scoring 3 goals. But he really struggled with the Cheltenham loan. He only played 1 game. Went there in January for a half a season loan and only played 1 game. The rest of the games he was benched. But what do you make of it? Have you heard anything? Or obviously you've already said your thoughts about could there be a project for him next season? But what do you make of that signing?
Yeah, I'd like to think that there's been homework and research done on him, to be honest, to see where he's at career-wise and what could happen with him in the summer if you want to look at this as a potentially an extended trial for a bit of business to be done in the summer. If you're looking at the profile of him, sort of body shape-wise, he reminds me of the Blackpool centre-half, the Hector Piqueta guy, the centre-half. And it looks to me like Taylor's looking for us to be a continuation of what we've already put out, to be honest. It's defend first. He wants aerial threat in both boxes. So if you've got this kid and Connor and Willow, you're looking at aerial dominance in it. Defend first.
Yeah,
there will be elements at times where you see, because Connor does it, Beefy does it, and this kid probably, considering his education through Ipswich, he probably can play as well. He probably can play out, but it very much looks to me like Taylor's looking at, I want aerial dominance in both boxes, and we'll play when we earn the right to, no matter where we are on the pitch. Because since he's come in, we have been a lot more direct. We have gone back to front a lot quicker. There is, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I mean, there's 100 ways to win a football match, and as long as you can win it, it's the right way as far as I'm concerned. And I think that is going to be the foundation of defend first, defend deep, win your aerial threats, first contacts, get up the pitch. And I think you look at the profile of the kid, you'd like to think he can head a ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because he seems, because Ben put that comment, when I Ipswich away this season when there was about 90 of us on the Tuesday night when we lost 2-0. And he played in that. He looked very good. But and he's, like you said, he comes with good reviews. Although the Cheltenham didn't go too well for him. Like you said, I think if you got him at 6'5", Taylor 6'6", Wilson as well. But like you said, even Wilson next season, he could possibly, and with a lot of players, we know there's going to be massive influx of change again with loads of players out of contract. Marquis, Gordon, Finley, all the loan players as well. I'd like to see us get Vale back, but who knows with that. But I like the way that we're getting him in. Hope, and a lot of people. I told you before we went live, I've seen in the forums as well about another player. Hopefully, we can be getting. If it could possibly be the player that I've seen a lot, Ben Wayne. We've done earlier on this season on the channel quite a lot as well when we talked about players we wanted to bring in. He was on one of your lists because you spent time in New Zealand. You know quite a lot about the league, the player. If it is him. And I'm hoping it is him because when he played against Rovers in the EFL Trophy game last season, I think was it the last 16 or the last 32, he's the sort of player we need, especially with Marquis and Martin, who are players that obviously don't have pace, but they can, especially Martin, good finishes in the box. We need a different option. What do you know of him as a player, this Ben Wayne? Because he's been the one that I've seen a lot that we've been linked with. Whether it is him, I don't know. But if it is him, what can you tell us? Because you know quite a lot about about Ben Waine?
Yeah, he's always been highly thought of, to be honest, within like the All Whites Association out there. They've always seen him as the one that had enough potential to go and get out of the A League, to be honest, from the Phoenix. He's raw as hell. He's raw as hell for British football. He's raw as hell. But what he is he'll get on. He knows what his assets are, and he can get on the shoulders players, and he can run in behind. And when he gets in behind, he's not half bad in front of goal, to be honest. When he was at the Phoenix and he broke through, he was marketed all through Wellington as like on all merchandise as the Waine train. That's what he was marketed at. The Waine train. He has got wheels, and when he can get away from, and obviously out there, I'll tell you now, out there is no such thing as a small pitch. They're all huge. And when he can find a pocket of space out wide to cut inside, or find someone who can hit a diag to get in behind a back 3 or 4, you won't catch him. He does need polishing, and I bet the conditions and pitches are completely different over here, because he wouldn't have worn a stud out there. There would have been no need to. Trust me, I never did. And it will be different. It will be different for him. He's probably still trying to adapt to it. But there's definitely a player in there, and I would not be against seeing Ben Waine come to Rovers if it is on loan, because he will allow you to stretch aside. If you need to hold a lead, if you need to get a goal, if you need to get yourself up the pitch, he will help you.
Yeah. I think he's the exact player that I want to see, whether it's the centre forward or whatever option. If we do get anyone in, there's been a lot of rumours saying there's going to be one more, so hopefully that is the case. But if it is him, then hopefully, because that's the sort of player we need. Like we said, we've already got Martin and Marquis. We need that something different, and he'd be a good player. Ben saying get the New Zealand gas flag out. Do you reckon JCH come a last minute? No, I think he'll stay at Peterborough, and then he can choose who he wants to in the summer. I don't think we'll go back in for him, because Taylor doesn't want him. Whether it's different in the summer on a free, I'm not sure, but I don't think JCH, if he does come in, then brilliant. But according to Taylor, I don't think he wants him, so I don't think we'll see JCH as well. But that's pretty much most of the transfer news. We'll wait and see. I'm sure everyone in the comments right now will be letting us know if there is a sign in or if anything gets linked out. But let's get on to the Oxford game. Before the game, I bumped into, and you wasn't confident. You thought we'd lose 1-0. What did you make of the team? Because there was quite a lot of changes. I didn't expect Friend and Wilson to come straight back in. I wanted Ward to start, and he did. Cox, it sort of feels harsh, but in the end of the day, it's football. And, when a keeper's not been playing that well, especially the game Cox had against Exeter, when he, parried the ball to him, kicked the ball straight out of play. I like seeing Ward coming in, and, Martin came back from illness. Maka was on the bench, and Evans and Thomas were in the 2. What did you make of the lineup and the performance against Oxford?
I wasn't confident going into it, considering what we saw against Exeter. And the fact that, truth be told, there was far more on that game for Oxford than there was us, to be honest. We're in no man's land. That's just where we are. Oxford are scrambling to try and keep himself in touch of being a playoff side. Granted, their form is eluding that massively. I was with me mate and my old man and that up Gloucester Road, and he said, "Look, you'll beat us today." And I was like, I don't think we will, mate. I mean, I would have taken a point if you'd have given it me. I'd have taken a point Saturday. I just thought Oxford would have had the bit between their teeth to try and get something out of that game, due to the fact that where they sit in that table and what they're looking to achieve. But I didn't realise it. But when I was talking to me pal, he was like, under Buckingham, we're in relegation form. That's how much it's changed. He took over when they were second, and now they're like 6th, 7th, and they've been pretty much appalling under him. And their form under him is basically if they wouldn't have picked up them points early doors under Manning, they'd be back in trouble. As far as the lineup goes, I was happy to see some senior figures back in there, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think that helped us, especially playing in front of Ward. More than happy to see Ward go in there. I think it's the right time. What you got to lose, you know what I mean? Stick him in there, give him games, give him minutes, give him experience, and see if he's what you want come the summer. I was indifferent with seeing Luke Thomas playing where he was playing when you've got someone like Macca who's fit. But like I said to you in the week, he needs to be a goal threat. If you're going to be that player, if you want to be in a League One side that is going to edge towards top 6, you've got to weigh in at the top end. And he went and did it, and I was more than happy for him. You know, Luke Thomas, he's got it in his locker. He can do it. He just needs to deliver, because I look at him in the final third and I look at his decision making. He looks like he gets overexcited. He gets far too overexcited when he gets into that where you need a cool head. Yeah. And he got himself a goal on Saturday, and hopefully that's one of many for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, for me, well, I said to you before, and you know, pretty much all the time I go for wins. But I was confident. I just had a feeling, for one, our form against Oxford in recent years, we've got to look at that. I think we've lost 1 of the last 10 against them, 1-9. And the other reason is, like you said, they've been, I think they've got like 3 or 4 losses and like 2 or 3 wins under him. So they've been it's either win or lose, basically, with since Des has gone in there. And the game away to them, I thought we should have took something. We said that a lot. But with the lineup, I'll as soon as I seen the lineup, as soon as I seen Martin back from illness, a midfield 2 of Conte and Finley, so he double protection, and then Evans and Thomas in the 10. Because the thing is with Thomas, last season at Barnsley, that's where he was playing before he got that injured. He was playing in the 10, like on his own behind the front 2. So I do like him, but I do agree with you. I think he still is. It's almost like a little kid, and he almost gets too excited sometimes, whether to shoot, pass, or give it somewhere else. But yeah, I was, you know, like you said, their form has been off, but the thing that we wanted, and I said to you as well, and everyone knew anyway, because of the last few games, our starts haven't been good enough, and that's what we needed. That's what I think got us the win in the end. Yes, Oxford weren't as good as they have been, and you know, both of the goals, especially this Thomas goal, there was like 4 players around Thomas. I still don't know how it went in the end.
Well, I mean, I look at all of them goals and look, let's have it right. Rovers 100% deserve to win that football match. 100% deserve to win. If Beadle's still in goal for Oxford, I don't think we score any of them 3. I think they were appalling. It's appalling goalkeeping on all 3 of them. Like, I'm not a goalkeeper, trust me, but like I look at them goals and I think they are avoidable. Be it what has gone on in front of that goalkeeper or what has gone on like with the goalkeeper making saves, because the Martin one is gone through him.
Yeah.
The Luke Thomas one, the dive is unorthodox to say the least. Like, he should be keeping that out, really, I think, if he watches that back. And what he's done with the parry on the third one's ridiculous. You know, he's shot him in the foot. Like, they had a shot at getting back in that, really. They had a 20-minute spell where they looked good second half. Well, they looked better. I say good. They looked better. But that goalkeeping display has not done him any favours whatsoever. I think Beadle, when he was in goal from, who's gone to Wednesday now, probably saves all of them. But we 100% deserve to win the game. Like I said, Oxford had 20 minutes where they looked better without being brilliant. I was pleased to see McGuane not in there for him, because I think he's decent. And he could cause us problems. Brannigan's a gun. You can see if they don't have him, what have they got? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they don't have him, what do they have? And
he's massive for them.
He will go in the summer and he will go and earn big money in the Championship, because he's a top central midfielder in this league. And the problem is they've got a modern, it's a bit like Ghana. They've got a modern manager, ain't really kicked a ball, and they play this passive style of play where it is easy to get at a side like that if you just go and terrorise them. You can do all the right methodical things of trying to keep it, go on the outsider side, come back in to try and spray it around the corner, effectively moving it without going anywhere and being patient. But if you go and set about a side like that, you'll go and get the ball off them. You know, like if you look at Brannigan, we know how good Brannigan is, but he's lost in that side because they don't play a enforceful style of football.
Yeah, I completely agree. I spoke to Jack Ward, who was on Jack Ward Football Podcast. Go and subscribe to him if you haven't already. But he was on here, I think, for the preview of that FA Cup game, and I spoke to him, and he was like, it's completely different. Like Manning was, you know, they were right on top of you. They were high pressing. They were high energy. They would get it up the pitch quick and create loads of chances. I didn't rate them too much when we played them. But they were, you know, it's been completely different under Des Buchan. Like you said, I didn't even realize he was one of those guys that like had never played before. I didn't realize he was another one of them. They were,
This is the problem you're going to get with footballers. It pretty much any half decent level, to be honest, is when it's going well with a coach like that, all well and good. But when it isn't, they will question you because what have you done? What do you know? How can you get us out of this? And that's where that dressing room will go the other way with him, because it's like we've tolerated you when we're picking up points. However, when it starts to go the other way, you're looking at a bloke with no body of work behind him.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. I mean, what also was your thoughts on Conte? You know, we spoke to him a few weeks ago. What did you make of the signing, and what did you make of his debut? You know, he was solid without, you know, he's not the player. He's not really the player that's gonna, you know, do all these, you know, amazing goals or assists. He's just that solid sort of player molding into like a Ward or a Finley. What did you make of the signing? Now it's done. You know, there was a lot of talk that it was 500,000 release clause, 700,000, but it's not even over 370k. What do you make of that signing, and what did you make of his performance against Oxford?
Yeah, I said it Saturday when I was speaking to my old man. I said, you can't, considering the games he's played, what is it, 25 runarounds in League Two. That's what he's had. He signed the day before. He's 21 years old, coming to a new group. You couldn't have wished for him to put in a better performance than that. Considering the turnaround in his life at 21, the amount of games he's played, stepping up a level, met his teammates probably 12 hours ago at best.
Yeah.
Never kicked a ball with them. You couldn't have asked him to do a better job, to be honest. And let's not get overexcited. I mean, he's still a work in progress, and he did great Saturday. He did great Saturday. There's a lot to learn. He's going to be molded into something which is a bit different, but just a general look at him, he looks like all the players that you can try and think of that he is in the mold of, you know, like the Ndidis, SCNs, that sort of competitive, you know, deep sitting midfielder with loads of legs to go and get the ball back. He just needs to be molded into a educated footballer, and I think he'll do great. Playing alongside Finley will do him no harm whatsoever, but my thought process on it is that I think he'll be playing alongside Finley for about the next sort of 4 months, and you won't see Finley again.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, possibly he could be leaving. He has, to be fair though, he's been quality under like pretty much every game under Taylor. But yeah, maybe
you can tell he holds high standards for himself, though, can't you, Sam Finley? You can tell he holds really high standards for himself. He won't shy away from. He won't go over that white line and not give everything. That's just how he's made. I just think that like the Barton cycle is coming to an end now, and I think certain players that would have run through a brick wall for Joey, etc., have obviously done their time with the football club, and now will look to probably get closer to home to, you know, earn a living.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens. There's certainly going to be a big influx of players leaving and signing in the summer. Bristol Live apparently teasing, so yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. What's Dan cooking in the pot, or what Rovers cooking in the pot anyway? But yeah, overall really good. I sort of I get your point. To be fair, that Jamie Cumming in goal, I've seen him in other clubs. He's had quite a few loans. He's done very well, but yes, he probably should be doing better on all three. But yeah, thank God for Martin, another goal. I didn't realise he's actually 2 goals behind Dion Charles. Do you know how mad that is? The gas that Charles get. Like Martin is an A1 forward, but it's a shame that it's at the age he is now, even though we've got him on a longer deal, etc. But it's such a shame because he would still be in the Championship. But yeah, it's just his composure.
You look at us against Exeter without him, and then you look at us with Oxford with him. Gives you a massive platform to go and start building your play. If you haven't got him, it will keep coming back constantly, and you can't get out and you can't build anything, and you're just like pissing in the wind a little bit to try and find something through more luck than judgment. But if you know how to use that fella, your patterns will be similar every single time you get up the pitch. Because even sort of Saturday, even on sort of Wardy's kicking, he's Martin's telling him, like, I need it flatter than that. I need it flatter than what you're giving it to me. You can't be looping these kicks at you. Like, you can tell what Taylor's looking for us to do, because when was the last time you've seen a goalkeeper kick the ball out of his hands? Like, it doesn't happen for Cox. You know what I mean? You can tell the education between them 2 goalkeepers, where Cox has been brought up through a system where he's playing on academy pitches. Everything's lovely. It's pretty much no one's touch tight to you or giving you any aggro. No one's charging you. No one's on top of you. And then you see, obviously, Ward, who's been at Wealdstone. He's had big burly centre halves and strikers coming right through him on set pieces, etc. And Taylor said, I just want the ball as far away from your goal as you can get it. And that suits him down to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good shout actually about Ward. That it's totally different. That I think the Hungerford loan spell he had, and like you said, the Wealdstone, where it's tough. It's tough. Like you said, these experienced players in that. There's so many of them in that National League, like strikers, or like you said, the experience that he's had.
You've got to grow up quick. You have got to grow up quick. Byron
Webster. And I'm so glad. Hopefully now he can carry on doing well. I thought he was brilliant. To be fair, he done what a keeper should do, but because we haven't seen it a lot from Cox, and I'm just so glad that he's finally been given that. And it was home league debut as well. We know he's played in a few games for us. He played at Newport this season in the Cup. He played at Port Vale away, who I thought he was really good. Couldn't have done anything about the goals last season, and now I'm hoping he keeps that spot and keeps doing well, doing the basics well. His saves were good. Played it out on the floor when he needed to, kicked it when he needed to, and overall really good. And I think to shout about the team, I already said on my reaction, but I thought Kramer, that was his best game by a country mile. The goal was so jammy for them, but he was absolutely bullying that Mark Harris the whole game, like pushing him, giving him shoves. But I think Wilson and Friend it's a shame that Wilson's come to us, having played a lot of last season, majority. He's missed maybe 2 games last year, and he's picking up these knocks, obviously because of the age. And when you pick up knocks now at that age, it's going to happen. But it's such a shame that Wilson's not been in our team, because for how sometimes a bit crazy and maverick he is coming out with the ball, we look such a different side with him. And the same as Friend. It's a shame that Friend's been having all these injuries, but it's because of the last 2 years he's hardly played any minutes. And now what is he, 36, 37, Friend? Yeah. But I thought he was class as well, and they would have really helped Ward and Kramer. So hopefully we can see with the Kramer, same.
Though, we've said this about Kramer, I think, after the Charlton game. Give him a load of praise, and then, like I said, for him, he's always got one in him. There's something, he has a brain fade in games, Kramer. And again, you talk about the education of a footballer and what he's come through, the same as Cox, where he's not really had to deal with what others have had to deal with coming through a system. Just go and back it up. Just go and back up that performance, because he did it again. He had a great game against Charlton, and then he threw it away the week after. He had a brain fade again. He needs to back up a 90-minute solid, switched-on performance. And there is a player in Tristan Kramer. He needs to. What you'll remember him for is his brain phase if he ain't careful. He'll do 80 minutes really good work and have a 10 minutes where he'll have an absolute spell of having a shocker, and that's what you'll remember him for.
Yeah, but shout out to him. He was class, and Yeah, good to see Vel getting a goal. I liked it when Taylor he changed formation. You know, Wilson and Friend were never going to play the 90 minutes after coming back. He changed formation, went to from a 3-4-2-1 to a 4-2-3-1. Put Vel on the left, brought in Gordon, Kramer, Connolly come on as well. And then got the goal. We needed that because it was very nervy. But overall a great win. Hopefully Greg Doherty, although he is a centre mid, you know, people saying 2 midfielders ? Two players ? So we'll have to see what happens. But I wanted that Greg Doherty. There was thoughts from the journalist Darren Whitcoop a few weeks ago about Doherty on loan from Hull. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But getting into pretty much going over the Exeter game, previewing that, and of course, if you haven't already seen, Ryan Woods signed for Exeter on loan. Of course, he's signed, and they've also signed Mo Issa, the ex-City, Cheltenham, Peterborough striker on loan from MK Dons. Very good signing, but of course, Woods, knowing him, he'd come and have an absolute masterclass on Saturday. But we'll quickly get into that game as well, because it was only, just over a week ago, a week and a bit ago, that we played against them in what I think we've had the Burton away game. I think that game was our worst performance of the season. Nothing went right. No shots on target. A goal that got chalked off for offside. But I thought we were appalling that game. It was nothing. I think everyone just had off days, and it wasn't a good game at all. What did you make of that, and what do you make of going into St James's Park on Saturday after, now hopefully we can see the same team play that we did Saturday and hopefully get our revenge. But what did you make of that? Because we didn't talk about that game on the Tuesday. What did you make of that game?
It was nothing. It's nothing I ain't said for weeks. Them boys looked another one where they looked out on their feet. Do you know what I mean? And when you haven't got Chris Martin on your side, when we haven't got Chris Martin on our side, we are a shell of ourselves, an absolute shell of ourselves, and we can't manufacture patterns of play to get us into the final third. The Josh Grant injury was inevitable. It was always coming. I've said it. We ain't far away from seeing him break down, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Again, didn't create anything because we didn't have a platform to do it. And once we conceded, the writing was on the wall a little bit, and Exeter were pretty comfortable in being, it 1-0. They didn't look like trouble. We tried to knock on the door a little bit without really causing any problems, and then we just couldn't muster anything. We were just waiting for the clock to tick down. We couldn't get anywhere really with it. And I don't want to put it all down to sort of us being lost without one man, but he makes such a difference when he's up there. You've got a fit Chris Martin playing through the middle of the pitch. He just lets us get out. And if you can't get out, you're screwed all game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to be able to get out, and that doesn't mean just turning a side round for 90 minutes. You have to play through lines, build a platform off of someone who is slap bang in the middle of the pitch, can win you fouls, hold off balls, can peel off into areas for diags, gives you 3 or 4 different options of getting up the pitch, Chris Martin. And you can put any centre half you want in this league up against him. He'll find a way of winning a foul against you. Even if you're physically superior to him, he'll win a foul, so you'll still get up the pitch. He give him no end of trouble. You look at the Oxford game where they've got Mark Harris. They've got Harris playing up top. Didn't turn us round once, Oxford, because of the way they play, how passive they are. None of our centre halves had to worry about going in behind because they were never going to stretch us because they don't play that way. Again, modern coach who's not really played the game and he's too stubborn. He's too stubborn to change and go, do you know what? We're just going to clip it round corners and get up the pitch. Mark Harris has just stood there getting no joy out of Kramer, no joy whatsoever all game, and they wouldn't change it. It was easy, and that is pretty much us against Exeter, where we couldn't get out because we couldn't turn them around.
Yeah, not at all. It was just poor all round. The fact that players have been playing, for weeks and weeks without rotation didn't help. But overall, it was just a shambles, really. one thing about Exeter, though, what I will say, even though we were absolutely shocking, is that they did play it very, very quickly. Very quick, got it forward. I think I think it was the kiddie on loan from Chelsea, the right winger, Rankine, I think his name is. He looked good, and that Sonny Cox, who scored for them, looked dangerous. But probably one of the easiest games they will have. But they have been on better form of late. They got another win against, backed up the win against Barnsley on a very, very, very good win there. So, yeah, what do you make of us going into that game? I think as long as we don't play that bad, I think we've got a good chance of winning. But saying that as well, Exeter are one of these sides that we haven't really got a good record against in the last few years. I can't remember the last time we beat them. Last time we went there last season, we drew 2-2. Giovanni Brown scored coincidentally, and Belshaw made that horrific, come out of his net, and they lobbed him and give away a penalty. But yeah, Exeter, they were good. They were good on the ball, very, very confident. Yeah, I think we did make them look a lot better than what they were, but they have been, not been conceding goals. They've kept a lot of clean sheets, and yeah, we just didn't look at it. But they look decent. But I think if we play anything 15-20% better than what we played, I think we can get a result. What do you make of it going into the game Saturday, especially now they've signed Ryan Woods and they've got Issa as well? They also signed a kiddie from Halifax, but Ryan Woods would probably start for them. And yeah, what do you make of it going into the game Saturday?
It's no different to any other week, mate. It's too hard to put a stamp on it because League One's a circus. It's an absolute circus. We talk about how bad Oxford were on Saturday. They were miles a better side against Pompey Tuesday night, and we're looking at Pompey now, who have got away with a 2-2. They went in front. They had no right to be in front of that game, but this is what I said before. Good sides find a way. The good sides that sit up there, they find a way of not playing well, having a stinker, and getting out away from places with points. That's what Pompey did against Oxford. They were miles off it, Pompey. You look at that side on Tuesday and gone, they're nowhere near a top side, but they're set up there because they find a way. Yeah. My problem with Saturday is that Rovers have a real problem at the minute with backing up performances. I want to say that we can stroll into Exeter with just as a carry on of what we saw Saturday, but this season it's proven again it's not happening for us. We don't carry that on. As much as I want to say we can go down there and we can win that game comfortably, and do you know what? We have got ability in that side to be able to do so, but history will tell you over the course of this season that is not how we operate. Yeah. So I am reluctant to believe that we can back up what we saw on Saturday. Can we win it? Yeah. Will we win it? I'm struggling to be able to say with any confidence, yeah, I can see us definitely winning that game because, like I said, we don't back up performances. The steel in the middle is going to help us. The Conte thing helps us because regardless of, it just looks like someone that regardless of if he's having a good game, he'll run his legs off for you. And sometimes that's all you want. Someone to be honest as hell, go and get through a load of work. And if you're not having a good game, at least you're out there making some sort of impact. And we won't be passive. Remember years ago when we used to have to put Westbrook in there and we were like, well, we're getting bypassed here. Like we ain't got that no more. If we can get Finley out there, who's Finley's clearly nursing something. He's playing through something. You can tell like he's sore. You can tell when he's playing and the game's dead and he's stopping, he's feeling something. So he's playing with painkillers and jabs. But if we can get them in the middle of the pitch more often than not, I think until the end of the season, we'll have a bit more steel about us to be able to give us a better platform, 25, 30 yards from our own goal rather than caving. If you're asking me for a score prediction.
Not yet. We'll get that in a minute.
Okay. But am I confident? No. Do I think we can win it? Yeah. But that's League One. It's bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. Like you said, I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's only 2 or 3 times this season.
I couldn't tell you the number,
that we've done back-to-back wins. Yeah, in the league. And, we've talked about it a lot. Hopefully we can see the right Rovers, but, we'll see. It'll be another, You'll be another good crowd down there. We've sold out. It should be a really good game. But another difference is that we need to do the exact same thing that we done Saturday, and that is start well. Come out the blocks, be solid the first 5 minutes like we were, and then if we get chances, go 1-0 up, then I'll be, then I'll be a bit more confident if we can start well. We should be done in the next 5 minutes, Gordo. Next 5 minutes, we're going to get onto our lineup, starting 11, and score prediction as well. Hit the like button if you haven't already. 44 of you currently, and there's been over 60 watching at one stage. So do hit the like button if you haven't already. Really does help out. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow the socials. Join the Fan Hub code, which is down bottom of the screen right now. And follow the socials, etc. Starting 11, what are you going to go with? And leave your starting 11s and score predictions in the comments. We'll get to them in a sec. So, Neil, starting 11. Would you go for the same starting 11, or would you make a few changes? Evans looked a bit, worrying Saturday. He didn't come off in the end, but he did have quite a bad knock that he took. So whether Maka comes in for him, I don't know. But what would be your starting 11?
I'd probably make one change, to be honest. I'd probably bring, if he's fit enough to come back in, I'd bring Connor back in, to be honest. And I'd probably put him in place of, as well as he played, I'd probably put him in place of Friend. Just because Kramer played that well on Saturday that you've got to give him the opportunity to go and back that up, I think. And I don't think giving George Friend a little bit less game time after having that performance will do him any harm. His body's brittle, you know what I mean? I just don't think it would do him any harm not to play him, do you know what I mean? The rest of it I'd keep. I'd put Thomas back in there where he played due to the fact that he's off the back of scoring a goal, played well. Again, go and back it up. But off the back of this Collins sale, if I'm Taylor, I'm getting Maka straight in my office and going, it's all on you now, mate. There's an opportunity there for you to go and grab this with both hands. You know, he's gone. You're fit. You're getting stronger and stronger. You're getting more minutes. Go and show us what you can do now that he's gone himself. And that's the opportunity now. Do you know what I mean? He's gone for big money, gone and bettered his career, bettered his finances. There's an opportunity now to pick up that mantle and go, I'm going to be that guy. He's just got to stay fit and stay focused, Macca, and he could. I've got no doubt that he could be that player.
Yeah, 100%. So you would only make the one change and Taylor in for Kramer if he's fit. Obviously, we don't have a clue about. I'm not sure if there was anything on having a gas earlier. Taylor usually says something on there, but I'd probably do the same. If Taylor's fit, then I would play him. Other than that, I would keep the same starting 11. So Ward in goal, back three of Friend, Kramer, and Wilson. Midfield two of Conte, Finley, Hunt on the right, Harvey Vale on the left, and Anthony Evans and Luke Thomas in behind Chris Martin. So we'll have to see what happens. But we're going to get into score predictions now. Leave your score predictions in the comments. If you're watching back on the replay, then leave your score predictions as well. But Neil, what are you going for Saturday? Do you think we can back up a win, or do you think it'll be same old inconsistent Rovers?
Do I think we can? Yeah. Do I believe that we will? No. 1-1. I'll say 1-1.
1-1.
Of course, I want us to win, but I just think we just don't back up good performances. Evans for us and probably Sonny Cox for them.
Sonny Cox 1-1. For me, I think we can back up another win. Hopefully, we see the same. That's the thing. You don't really know. I'm only going off, what we done Saturday. Although I do usually predict wins, as all of you will know. Even if, not when we've been on awful form. I think I did say we draw against Barnsley, but I'm going to go 2-1. Usually it's a 2-1 when we win. I'm going to go Mo Issa on his debut for Exeter. And I'm going to go Chris Martin because he always scores.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with Evans as well, actually. So, I'll say 2-1 Rovers. We got some ultralight videos. Says 2-1. Gas. Gordo says 2-1 Gas. Paul Lewis 3-0 Gas. Love a clean sheet. Would absolutely love it. 3-0. Tom Butler says 2-1 Woods. Woods for them on his debut, and Martin and Wilson. Chris Collier is going 2-1 Gas. Martin and Maka. Woods will have a point to prove. Yeah, I watched his interview. Basically, yeah, he was saying to him, "Oh, what did you make of your time at Rovers?" And he was just like, "I've got a point to prove. You know, I know how good I can be," which, you know, he has done in the past. He's had a very good career, but he just didn't done well the first few games for us. But then after that, he was just, yeah, he couldn't run properly. I don't know. It was a lot of things, but yeah, we'll have to see. Knowing him, like I said, he'll have a masterclass on Saturday. But yeah, we're going to end it now. We'll have to see what happens. Keep the notification on. If there is anything, I'll do another video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Everyone that's tuned in on the live, like I said, hit the like if you haven't already on your way out, or if you're watching it later on, do hit the like button, subscribe. There'll be a video. I'm still not sure if I'm going Exeter yet, because I'm still waiting on I haven't got a ticket at the moment, but I'm hoping to sort one out. So yeah, I'll have to let you know. But even then, there will be a max reaction anyway, because I'll watch it at home if I don't go. But yeah, thanks for the quality support. We'll be back on Sunday night for another live stream. Hit the like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Talking Gas socials on Insta and Twitter. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, and maybe for a video before 11 o'clock. Up the gas.